We're going to look at maintaining an elevator. So, for start, we're going to start up top. This elevator here has auto greasers on the top bearings. These should be replaced once per year. If you do not have the auto greasers, these bearings should be greased. Since they're a low speed bearing, they should be greased about every 1,000 hours. So every 1,000 hours, or at least once a year, you ought to give a few pumps of grease to these bearings up here on top. You'll also want to open up here and look at your elevator bucket, your elevator belt here, and verify that the belt is running in the center of the top drive wheel. You want to verify it's running in the center and not running close to the edge of the wheel anywhere. That should be checked once a year. So we close this up. And down here, this is our discharge. This is the discharge of the elevator. Down here, this is the outlet. So here, this is an AR steel lined outlet. If a lot of your farm elevators would have a poly lined outlet, like a UHMW liner in there, you want to check this once a year and make sure your liner isn't wearing through. If the liner starts to wear through, you're going to want to replace that. Up here, you can see the edge. This right here should be within an inch of where the buckets come down. That should also be checked once a year. Okay, that's all we need to check in there. I like these access doors. Make it very handy to service these leg elevators. Now we're going to go around the other side of this elevator. Here we have the motor. It's got a grease cert here and here. So if you're going to grease this motor, you need to remove down inside here. There's a drain plug that must be removed if you're going to grease. Also, on the bottom of the motor, on the motor, if you're going to grease these bearings, you need to remove the weep, the drain plug on the bottom. That way it can push the grease straight through. Also here, same way. And you want to be very careful about how much grease you put in a motor. You'll run into trouble over greasing before you under grease. On an elevator like this, I would say it's a once a year thing to grease the motor on an elevator. So here we have the gearbox. Right here, we have the level fill plug, and at least about once a year, you're gonna want to come over to the gearbox, go to the drain plug, loosen this drain plug and just pop it loose and let a little bit of oil out. If any water comes out with that oil, or if the oil is cloudy or milky or anything, then you'll want to drain the oil and put new oil in it. Most of the gearboxes on elevators are just going to take a 90-120 oil or some standard gear oil, but you're going to want to verify. Different brands may require different kinds of oil, so you're going to want to verify the oil for the gearbox you're servicing. That's all there is on this elevator. There's a good chance that your elevator won't have these access doors because they put these access doors on only the special ones and the high capacity. This is a 13,000 bushel an hour elevator, so the access doors are a little larger than most of the elevators at farms.